When Dwayne Johnson walked into a Target in Burbank, California at 2:47 p.m. on a Thursday afternoon, he wasn't expecting to come face to face with the man who tried to destroy his dreams. It was March 14, 2019. The store smelled like popcorn from the snack bar and cleaning products. Fluorescent lights humming overhead. Families browsing. Nobody paying attention to the 6'5", 260-pound man in a black Under Armour hoodie and sunglasses. Rock was there for one reason: buying a birthday card for his daughter. Simple errand, in and out. But standing in the greeting card aisle, reading a happy 16th birthday card, was a man Rock hadn't seen in 22 years. Coach Raymond "Ray" Mitchell, 67 years old now. Gray hair, reading glasses. Wearing khaki pants and a polo shirt that hung loose on a frame that used to be solid muscle. A red Target vest over his clothes. He worked there. Rock stopped cold. 20 feet away. The birthday card in his hand, forgotten. Stay with us through this entire video because what happened in the next 8 minutes, what Coach Mitchell had been hiding for 2 decades, and what Rock did when the truth finally came out will change how you think about the people who doubted you. Rock stood there, frozen, his jaw tightened. Hands, the size of dinner plates, clenched into fists. The last time he'd seen Coach Mitchell was July 1997, Freedom High School wrestling room in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Rock was 25 years old, already signed with WWE as Rocky Maivia, already getting booed by crowds, already struggling. He'd come back to visit, to thank his old coach, to show him he'd made it, and Coach Mitchell said 6 words that burned into Rock's brain like a brand. "You'll never make it in Hollywood." Rock had laughed, thought it was a joke. But Coach Mitchell's face stayed stone cold. "Wrestling's fake, Dwayne. Acting's different. You don't have the face, you don't have the training, and you sure as hell don't have the talent." Rock left that wrestling room and never went back, never called, never wrote, never forgave. But to understand what happened in that Target, you have to go back. You have to go back past the movies, past the championships, past the $20 million paychecks. You have to go back to 1990. Freedom High School, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Dwayne Johnson was 18 years old, 6 feet 4 inches tall, 225 pounds, depressed, angry. His family had just been evicted. Again. They were living in a 1-bedroom apartment in Bethlehem. His father, Rocky Johnson, was barely around. His mother worked 3 jobs. Coach Mitchell saw something in him, recruited him for the wrestling team, trained him 6 days a week, 6 a.m. practices. Brutal, no mercy, but effective. By senior year, Dwayne was district champion, full scholarship to University of Miami, football and wrestling. Coach Mitchell was at every match, every tournament, every moment. "You're going to do something big," Coach Mitchell told him in May 1991. "I don't know what, but you're built for it." That was the man Rock remembered, the man who believed. But something happened between 1991 and 1997. Something Rock didn't know about. Coach Mitchell was 44 years old, peak of his career, head wrestling coach, district championships 3 years running, then the diagnosis, colon cancer, stage 3. Doctor gave him 6 months, maybe 8 with treatment. He kept coaching, kept showing up. Nobody knew, not even his wife at first, just him and the CT scans every 6 weeks and the chemo sessions on Thursdays after practice. He watched Dwayne on WWE, watched the crowds boo him, watched him struggle, and thought, if he fails again, if Hollywood breaks him too, he won't survive it. So when Dwayne came back in July 1997, when he showed up in that wrestling room with hope in his eyes, Coach Mitchell made a choice: protect him, even if it meant hurting him. "You'll never make it in Hollywood." 6 words to save him from another dream dying. Except Coach Mitchell survived. The cancer went into remission, and Dwayne proved him wrong about everything. Fast forward, March 14, 2019, 2:48 p.m., Target, Burbank, California. Rock started walking toward Coach Mitchell. Slowly, each step deliberate, his hood still up, sunglasses still on. His heart was pounding. 22 years of anger, 22 years of proving someone wrong. All coming to a point in aisle 12 of a Target in Burbank, 10 feet away, 5 feet, 3 feet. Coach Mitchell looked up from the birthday card. His eyes went wide. "Can I help you find?" Then recognition hit. His face went pale. The card dropped from his hands, fluttered to the floor between them. Dwayne? Rock pulled down his hood, took off his sunglasses, looked Coach Mitchell directly in the eyes. His jaw was set, shoulders squared, but his hands weren't clenched anymore, just hanging at his sides. Coach. The silence lasted 7 full seconds. People walking past, shopping carts rolling, nobody noticing the collision of two worlds happening in aisle 12. Coach Mitchell bent down, picked up the birthday card with shaking hands, set it back on the shelf, took a breath. I didn't know you shopped here, Coach Mitchell said quietly. I don't. Rock's voice was steady, controlled. I'm here for a card, but I found you instead. Coach Mitchell's hands started shaking. He put them in his pockets. How are you? He asked. You know how I am, Coach. The whole world knows how I am. Rock's jaw was set, his shoulders squared, 6 feet 5 inches of barely contained something. Look, Dwayne, about what I said 22 years ago, July, you told me I'd never make it in Hollywood. I remember. Why? Coach Mitchell looked down, at his red Target vest, at his name tag, at his hands. Can we talk? Somewhere else? Right here is fine. A woman pushed a cart past them. Didn't look up from her phone. Coach Mitchell took a breath. Then another. I was diagnosed in 1996, he said quietly. Stage 3 colon cancer. They gave me 6 months. Rock's expression didn't change, but something shifted in his eyes. I watched you on TV, WWE. You were getting destroyed by the crowds, booed, hated, and I thought, if he tries Hollywood, if he fails there too, it'll break him. So you tried to stop me. I tried to protect you. From another failure. From more pain. Coach Mitchell's voice cracked. I was dying, Dwayne, and I couldn't stand the thought of you getting hurt again. Rock stared at him. 5 full seconds. You beat it. The cancer. Barely. 1998. Clean scans ever since. And you never reached out. Never called, never explained. I was ashamed. I watched you become exactly what I said you couldn't be, and I couldn't face you. Rock's hands unclenched. His shoulders dropped slightly. You work here now? 6 years. After cancer, lost everything. Medical bills, house, savings. This job keeps the lights on. Family? Wife left in 2002. Daughter doesn't talk to me. Rock was quiet, just breathing, processing. Then he pulled out his phone, typed something, put it away. You still live in Bethlehem? Outside Pittsburgh now. Small apartment? What time you off? 4 p.m. Rock checked his watch. 2:53 p.m. I'll wait. Dwayne, you don't have to. I know. At 4:07 p.m., Rock and Coach Mitchell sat in a booth at a diner 3 blocks from Target, coffee and silence between them. Rock hadn't touched his cup, just stared at it. Black coffee, steam rising. Coach Mitchell's hands wrapped around his mug like he needed the warmth. I'm sorry, Coach Mitchell said, for what I said, for not believing in you. Rock looked at him, really looked. At the gray hair, the tired eyes, the weight of years and regret. You know what hurt the most? Rock said quietly. It wasn't that you said it. It's that you were the one person I thought would never doubt me. Coach Mitchell's voice cracked. I know. I carried those words for years. Every audition, every role I didn't get, your voice in my head. Dwayne, but I also carried your other words, the ones you said when I was 18. You're built for something big. I held on to that harder. The waitress came by, topped off their coffee. Neither of them noticed. You were dying, you were scared, and you thought you were protecting me. That doesn't make it right. No, but it makes it human. Rock reached into his wallet, pulled out a business card, set it on the table. Call this number tomorrow, 9 a.m. They're expecting you. What is this? $7 Productions, my company. We need a consultant, someone who knows wrestling, real wrestling, not the WWE kind. Coach Mitchell stared at the card. Dwayne, I can't. Salary's $85,000 a year, health insurance, dental. You'll work remotely from Pittsburgh, review scripts, advise on fight choreography, maybe fly to LA once a month. Coach Mitchell's hands started shaking. He put them flat on the table. Why? Because you saw something in me when I was 18 and had nothing. That doesn't disappear because you made one mistake when you were terrified of dying. The silence that followed was different, softer. I don't deserve this, Coach Mitchell whispered. Probably not, but I'm not doing it because you deserve it. I'm doing it because it's who I am. Rock stood up, put a $100 bill on the table for the $8 coffee. 9 a.m. tomorrow, don't miss the call. He walked out. Here's what nobody knew. Rock had been looking for Coach Mitchell for 3 years. His team tracked him down in 2016, found out about the cancer, the bankruptcy, the Target job. Rock had been paying his rent anonymously for 14 months, through a shell company, $950 a month, sent to Coach Mitchell's landlord directly. Coach Mitchell never knew. But when Rock saw him in that Target, saw the red vest, saw the shame in his eyes, he made a decision. End the anonymity. Give him something bigger. 2 days later, Coach Mitchell called $7 Productions at 9 a.m. By 9:30, he'd signed a contract. By noon, he'd quit Target. March 2019 to December 2023. Coach Raymond Mitchell consulted on 14 films, including 2 Fast and Furious movies, Black Adam, Red Notice. He moved to a 2-bedroom condo in Pittsburgh, reconciled with his daughter in 2021, met his grandson for the first time. Every script he reviewed, he sent back with detailed notes. Fight choreography, wrestling authenticity, character motivation. Rock read every single note. On Coach Mitchell's 70th birthday, November 2022, Rock posted on Instagram a photo from 1990, young Dwayne in a Freedom High wrestling singlet. Coach Mitchell with his arm around his shoulders, both smiling. Caption, "This man told me I'd never make it in Hollywood. He was trying to protect me from failing again. He was dying and scared. Today he's 70, cancer-free, and one of the sharpest consultants in the business. Sometimes the people who doubt you are just afraid for you. Don't confuse fear with hate." 47 million views in 12 hours. Comments flooded in. From former students, from people Coach Mitchell had helped over 40 years of coaching. Stories of a man who gave everything to build others up. And in the comments, Coach Mitchell wrote, "You proved me wrong, but more importantly, you proved me right about who you'd become. Proud doesn't begin to cover it." Today, Coach Raymond Mitchell is 72 years old, still consulting for $7 Productions, still sending notes on every script, still cancer-free. His daughter visits every month. His grandson calls him Papa Ray, and on his desk in his condo in Pittsburgh, there's a framed Target name tag, red vest and all. Underneath, a small plaque, "Where I was when Grace found me." And that is the story of a man who said the wrong thing for the right reason, and another man who understood that sometimes the people who hurt you were just trying to save you. Because somewhere out there right now, someone said something to you that cut deep. Maybe they were wrong, maybe they were scared. Maybe they were trying to protect you from their own fear. And maybe, just maybe, forgiveness isn't about forgetting. It's about understanding that hurt people, and healed people heal people. Before you go, drop a comment right now and tell us where you are watching from. Los Angeles, New York, London, Tokyo. We read every single one, and we love knowing where our community is coming from all around the world. And if this story moved you even a little, if it made you think about someone who doubted you differently, please hit that like button right now. It takes 1 second, and it helps this story reach someone who needs to hear it today. Someone who's been carrying the weight of words that were never meant to destroy them. And if you are new here, welcome. Hit that subscribe button and join a community that believes success isn't about proving doubters wrong. It's about understanding they were human too. Share this video with one person today, just one, because that is exactly how forgiveness travels. One person, one moment, 1 second chance at a time. Now click on the video appearing on your screen right now because we have another story about The Rock and a stranger who changed everything. We will see you there.